listening to Childeric. All right, well, it looks like this is going to be episode 25. You are along for the ride. It's too late to get off now. We're moving. Gateway Pundit has a story. Of course, everyone's talking about the Laura Loomer, James Comey run-in. Comey's, he wrote this stupid book about ethics. What a maroon, this guy. Laura Loomer. Now, I don't know if anybody caught this because there's other video of the same incident. I don't know if anybody caught it or not, but Laura, you straight up dyed your hair black and wore glasses. I mean, nothing could have been better, except unless it was like the glasses with the funny nose and the mustache glasses, like you're wearing in disguise. No, that was the first thing I thought when I had seen the other video from the other perspective, because there were people that you can see in the video that they turn around with their phones and they're like looking at her like, who is this? Who is this naysayer? Who dares challenge the great comedian? Whatever. A higher loyalty. I'm higher than you. I'm above all of that. Get out of here. You're above it because you're like 6'8". You're almost 7 foot tall. That's the kind of height you want to like have if you're going to join the circus. Trump fires off midnight tweet blasting Comey over memos. He leaked classified information. Yeah, so look, these guys, they got this dumb look on their face like, what? I didn't do anything wrong. See, I wrote a book about how I'm supposed to be really good. Every photo, you go and Google it right now, every photo of Comey's guy, he's got that dumb look on his face like he got caught. He got caught. Now look, there's a couple of things you got to take away from this, really, okay? This guy's at the high up at the FBI. He's at the top. He has a boss. He's got the Attorney General and the Justice Department, okay? He's got his higher-ups that he has to deal with. Now, this whole thing, when it became political, left those people, now, let's be fair, left those people with no alternative. They had to join the crew, the liberal, elitist crew. They couldn't get away. What were they supposed to do? These people already said that they were acting as if Hillary Clinton was going to be their next boss. That had a major influence on the decision-making process, okay? Had a huge influence on the decision-making process. And so I will go that far as to say that these people were put into a no-win situation in the first place. And that, the blame for that rests solely on the Obama-Clinton DNC crooks. That's where that blame lies, okay? So now these people who have been, whether they're crooked or not, whether they leaked classified information, it's besides the point. They were a weaponized, they were turned into a political weapon, okay? And you can argue that like I just did, that there was the possibility that they were not able to act and that they were doing it against their will. But at the same time, you have their own motivations, their own motives are being revealed in text messages and their own memos, and their own thoughts are being, displayed. So at some point they could convince themselves that this is the only course of action that I have. And so when they got caught, there's rules and regulations at those levels for those agencies that they are duty bound, honor bound, it's, ethics bound, but legally bound as well. So they tried to do the little Watusi, the two-step, they tried to do the two-step, the prance around, skirt the rules and skirt the law, and they screwed up. Every single one of them screwed up. That's what those rules were designed to do, is catch people doing this. And so to me, that, as far as that being a component of their psyche, I think I can get away with it. That's a criminal mind. That isn't a sound legal mind. Okay? Somebody saying, I think I'm going to be the one to get away with it this time. What gets me is all these media outlets, when they're posting these pictures, they go with these stories. They got this one where Comey's got his hand raised up and his eyes are closed. So solemn. So solemn. I'm solemnly taking the oath of what? Well, I swear to protect my own ass. I'm going to do my best. I swear to protect my own ass. He tried. He tried. Okay? So the rules and the laws that he violated don't favor him in that action, in that course. It favors him being not transparent, but responsible for his actions and responsible in the course of his actions. And so that's what we're looking at, is a complete train wreck of people who thought, I'm going to be the one to get away with it. I'm going to skirt the rules. I know the rules like the back of my hand, and I know how to get around these. I know how to get around these violations. Never occurred to him. Never occurred to him. But the whole reason why those rules are there is to keep people from doing exactly what they're doing right now. That's it. That's it. It's there to keep them accountable. So you got all kinds of criminal referrals happening. Some people say it's Stealth Jeff. Stealth Jeff is working behind the scenes, even though no one can see him. Stealth Jeff knows what he's doing. He's secretly indicting people. People are wearing boots. Did you see those? Did you happen to see that they don't know which foot to put the boot on? McCain? They've all got black eyes. Stealth Jeff gave them black eyes. Beware, Stealth Jeff. So today, too, they're also breaking this spectacular update that Rudy Giuliani is joining Trump's legal team to negotiate an end to the Mueller witch hunt. And that's really what it is, the Mueller witch hunt. At the same time, Rosenstein tells the president that he's not a target in the Mueller witch hunt. Trump should never trust this man, is what the headline says. So this is, how many times has he been told he's not the target? Didn't Mueller already come out and say he's not the target? That he's not currently? So Mueller's special counsel is supposed to be looking. The reason for initiating a special counsel is because of a crime. You're investigating a crime, and the only thing he can do is investigate and arrest people for crimes. Okay, it's the only thing he can do. That's it. That's his course of conduct is solidified, and the direction in which he can move is a known quantity. And so it's hilarious too. Well, we're going after Trump's attorney. You know what? We've got to go. So all of this hubbub, all of this mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC, all of this whole time, 24 hours a day coverage of what they fantasize Mueller's going to find. And so none of them have realized that the tree that this guy is exploring has branched off, and this guy is now investigating the furthest leaf out on the tip. What a waste. What a waste. Who did he get? Who did he get? What do you got? Did he get Flynn? Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy that he got? It doesn't matter. The point is that he didn't get anybody. He didn't get anybody. He got somebody on the lying to the FBI. What's your name, sir? No, you lied. You're a liar. Lock him up. Just going around ruining people. You better beware of Stealth Jeff, because Stealth Jeff is working behind the scenes to prosecute and bring charges, bring these criminals, these political criminals, to justice. Well, they're not political criminals, because that sounds too communistic. And speaking of that, speaking of communism, so apparently the Democrats are announcing their dream platform that includes reparations to blacks and free college for all. What are you talking about? Now look, there's a reason why the Democrat Party has as their mascot a jackass. Some people say, no, don't call it a jackass, it's a donkey. But I'm telling you, these people are jackasses. That's absurd. What level is this? This has got to be like some next level shit. This has got to be some next level, because that's off the chart. That is out of this world. Out of this world. So in other news, Facebook is still blocking conservatives. Boo. Look, I never asked for anyone to block liberals. I mean, if I had an issue with someone, I would block them. I have that right and the functionality to block them. But that's not what they want. That's not what they want. They don't want to block you. They don't want you to be there. They don't want you to be there. Which doesn't make any sense. The reason why it doesn't make any sense is because if you chase everybody off your platform, which is what they're doing, same thing that Google and with YouTube and Twitter, Google, YouTube, and Twitter, Facebook, you go back and queue up that photo of them all sitting, all of the heads of those companies sitting down with Barack Obama. Game time, boys. This is what we're going to do. We're going to silence all dissent. We're going to silence conservatives. No one will ever hear their message ever again. We'll silence them. We'll go after them. What is wrong with you people? How dumb are you? So it's great that this comes up right now because I just found an incredible website, highly responsive, very much like Twitter, but better. Better security. It offers more in the way of videos, blogs. You've got groups, channels. It's nice. The interface is nice. It's responsive. It's fast. And I like it. I like it. It's nice. Minds, minds.com/Childeric. That's me. Okay? So what happened? This is what happened. Okay? So I'm on my regular social media. I'm on the regular internet. And someone that I follow pops up like, hey, I'm diversifying my social media. I'm now on Minds. Minds? What is this? Now, sometimes when you click on things, it takes you to like the backwater of the internet, okay? Sometimes you click on things and you get the backwater of the internet where they tell you like Skittles are bad for you, which isn't true, by the way. Skittles are delicious. I never view a movie in the movie theater without Skittles, okay? I just don't. I buy a giant bag, usually costs me $2-3. And inside my jacket, I have this pocket. And it's got a zipper on it. And I stuff that bag down in there, and you know what? Nobody knows I have that bag. And when I get there, I enjoy the movie, and I reach into my pocket, and I eat fist after fist full of Skittles. They're delicious. But there's places on the internet that will be like, Skittles will give you foot fungus. What? So, like, everyone has those friends, like, especially on Facebook, everyone has those friends who are just, like, a little bit simple, or they're an alcoholic, and they're on, like, a 6-month, bender. And they'll be like always sharing these posts that are just like suspect. And you don't want to like, it appears like these people have like a separate internet. It's like a drunk internet. It's like when you're really, really drunk, there's like a totally separate internet that these people go to. Like their eyes just like, oh, that guy died from that foot fungus. Hey, everybody, watch out. Watch out for this toe jam. Watch out. This guy died from it. What? It's just the most sensational, unbelievable shit. It's like the same people that are going to... It's the same people standing in the supermarket line. They're reading all about those tabloid magazines and how, like, Hillary Clinton had an alien love child when she was 12. They named it Elvis, and it looks just like Elvis Presley. And it's not real. It's not real. But they pick it up like they're entertained by it. It's like the horoscope of media. You know what I mean? Oh. Yep, if you feel you're feeling a little warm today, you seem to be perspiring a lot. Yep, Sagittarius. What? Yep, they sweat a lot. It's like the internet. It's like the fortune cookie of the internet. And all these drunk people get on this weird. And so the websites are like obviously put together by a crappy bot, that just pulls text from places all over the internet and just puts this site together, which is weird. And usually the site's just like plastered with ads. Like you have to dig just to get to the content, right? So everybody has these friends that post these links and you're just like, what? And so a lot of people are like familiar with the term fake news, right? So like there's a whole bunch of stories that those particular type of people, let's call them the simpletons. The simpletons in your social media will post these stories from websites you've never heard of. What internet are these people on? Okay? There's like a completely separate internet for shit posts. So back to the original thing. Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, they're syncing themselves. They're like, if we can't control conservatives, we'll get rid of them. Well, you can't like do that without getting your ass hauled before, Congress and Senate, hearings and stuff like that. And they start asking you questions like, why are you censoring people? Freedom of speech. They have freedom of speech, so you can't do that. Well, there must have been a mistake. I think there was. And I think it was your mistake and your company's mistake. YouTube just up and just like, we had all these agreements and we had these YouTube partner agreements and paying people, part of the proceeds of the ads and stuff. We share ad revenue. Oh, we decided not to do that. You're burnt. You're burnt. Nope, none for you. You appear to me to be a conservative. You don't look like the rest of the soy boys. You don't look like our crew. You're supposed to look like a lumberjack, but have soft eyes and thick glasses. You're not like us. Your face looks all smooth. There's no beard. Your face is smooth, and you actually look cool. We don't like that. You actually have your own ideas. We don't like that stuff around here. Get out. What about my money? We're keeping it. We're keeping your money. Isn't that stealing? I think that's stealing. I'm going to take this to the highest court. Yeah, so what do? They just tank themselves, tank their own success. They're like, oh, we've been successful long enough, guys. Let's pack it in, boys. Pack it in. Yep, that's enough success for us. Let's let somebody else be successful. So you got all these other websites that were direct answers to Twitter, because Twitter was really cracking down on people, banning them, shadow banning them, putting them in a box, not letting people see their posts. It's doing all kinds of weird stuff, okay? So there's Gab. A lot of people have gravitated towards Gab, and that's been getting more and more popular, and they upgraded their interface and so on and so forth. But this Minds, I literally just set it up just a few hours ago, okay? And then I started recording this, okay? And so now we're sitting here talking about it, and I'm looking at this, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now they got a way to, put together a thing so that you can, help people out, fund them a little bit, keep them going, doing the thing. All right. You can have groups, you can have channels. Now, okay, so I've been promoting this other thing too, Telegram. A lot of people know about Telegram. I've been using Telegram to back up all of my material. So all of my media material, I'm just using it as like a cloud drive for now. It's a phone app, and it allows people to access you, sending you text messages with a username. Okay, it's like a lot like WhatsApp, a lot like Signal, but it's better. It's nice. It's a nice app. Now, this Minds thing is very, very similar in that respect because it combines a lot of the same features. My first impression of this site is it's everything you like about Twitter, okay? Which you haven't liked anything about Twitter for quite some time, but let me tell you, this is a fresh slate, okay? It's not overburdening you with themes and all this other stuff. It's plain. It's nice. It's nice, though. It's well done. I love the presentation. Don't change it. It's a lot like a Twitter-Facebook hybrid, okay? And it's fun. It doesn't replace all your social media. So you have your standard social media, okay? But then you can have minds.com. And it's great. It's great. No, I'm sitting here loving on this thing right now. It's literally been just a couple hours. It's only been like an hour. And I'm looking through this thing, and I love it. I love it already. Do you love me? I love you. No, this is nice. This is nice. It's not going to replace everything. It's not going to do everything. You shouldn't have a social media that does that. Because then because we had that before, remember? MySpace. MySpace did everything. You could blog on it. You could, customize your own thing, make it like your own website. That's why it was huge for bands and music artists. It's a huge platform for media. Okay, you could do videos. They hosted their own videos. So you got your blogs, your videos, your photos, your images. You could have groups. You could add people. It's great. It's great. And it was everything all in one. But it just became unwieldy with all of the extra garbage that comes along with it. Because remember that other internet came in and took a dump all over MySpace, okay? And I don't think that they thought that they were going to be able to continue to update the site. So they turned it into this side scroller, and it ended up being junk. It's like nobody could get it. It wasn't. They were like, oh, we're excited about it. And then all of a sudden they're looking at it going, what is this garbage? What is this garbage? So no, if you're looking for something fresh, if you're looking for something new, go to minds.com, and definitely go to minds.com/Childeric. So one of my people on Twitter, this person that I follow, was like, I'm diversifying my social media. Boom, I'm on Minds. So I went to check it out. It was just one of those word of mouth things. I wasn't expecting anything. So, I did the thing where you just, set up the account, just the same as everything, got in there really simple, really easy. And, yeah, no, it's great. It's great. I'm glad that this person had decided to do that, because then it made me decide to do it too. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful interface. It's high quality, very responsive. I wish these people all the success. They're very security conscious, and there's a lot of free speech. They're really conscious about that. Don't post music you don't own on it, just like anywhere. You still get in trouble for stuff like that. Not me, because I make my own. Okay. But everyone else. Oh, but I got this Metallica video. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No, it's great. It's nice. I like it, and you should try it. You should try it out. So yeah, they're doing that. And so this is exactly what I'm talking about, is when your other regular social media, you know, the ones that spy on you and sell your data, uh, they don't realize that you can just go somewhere else, and that just opens the door and brings forth a demand for something better. And I'm not talking about interface wise or user wise. I'm talking about a level of trust. Okay, because that's what the whole thing's based on. It's based on trust. If I can't trust these people to keep private the things I would like to have keep private, okay, because me signing up to use their site is not me signing up for them to approve of everything I do, who I talk to, or who I'm related to. That's not why I'm there. It's not why I'm there. And I certainly don't want you to sell that information. See? Certainly don't want you to sell that information. Everybody's like, well, what are we going to do about this? Well, you know, they were able to make laws and crack down on spam. Spam was like a really big problem, super huge problem. It's still a problem, but you realize it's illegal. I mean, it's not legal to just spam. You can't just guess a bunch of emails and just like randomly start emailing people, okay? So it's the same thing with social media. You have to go in there and actually make laws that break up this ideology that these guys are like, we have all the information, we're the ones in control. Okay, you're not the NSA, you're not a government agency, you are a corporation, and you're a business, and no amount of success will ever grant you the ability to act in that way. You're not going to be, well, we're going to be the ones that run the country. No, that isn't. You're wrong. You're wrong. That's not going to happen. So yeah, they shoot themselves in the foot, and then they're like, wait, what do we do? What do we do? Well, you're going to end up selling off the company and paying to pay off your stockholders, okay? That's what you do. That's what you do. South Korea, Kim Jong-un regime expresses complete denuclearization of Korean Peninsula. Well, look at that. That's nice. That's nice. Good for them. Good for them. You will not hear mainstream media talking about that. You know, I was waiting for like a couple weeks from Trump's like, I'm announcing that we've just cured cancer. And, you know, you still hear crickets from the liberals. But that's how they are. That's what this is the problem with how far they've gone, okay? They are now like a communist, socialist, you know, they want to form this dictatorship. They really got this stuck in their head. Who knows where that came from? Who knows where they got that idea? It's not real. Okay, so the next story, this one is, it's very controversial. It's not really very controversial. It's funny. It's funny, a little bit. Now, there's a hypersensitivity right now for companies or countries or anybody like going after Christians. It's understandable because there's a lot of places in the world where people go after Christians, and it's starting to become this thing where people are like, yeah, let's go after these Christians. No, don't do that, by the way. Do not do that. But there's a story in Gateway Pundit, and the headline reads, Walmart refuses to carry chart-topping Christian rock band's latest album. Now, there's a whole Christian music industry, okay? It's very, very, it's actually pretty large, and they're very successful, and some of them probably do better, i.e. have more fans and sell more records than mainstream, okay? But you hardly ever hear about them because it's a closed thing. It's not promoted the same way, and it's not promoted for the same reason, okay? So that's the headline. Walmart refuses to carry chart-topping Christian rock band's latest album. So I click on this thing, and I love these guys, but it's Stryper. You kidding? It's Stryper. These guys. So they refuse to carry it, the other thing, and so the front man, Michael Sweet, he says, we're disappointed. We've always been about making people think outside the box. Okay. And so they've been at it since like the 80s, okay? They've been at it since 1984, all right? And they still, to this day, they had taken a long break during, 90s was spotty, and, early 2000s, not much. They had been, pretty much off the radar, and their popularity had waned quite a bit since the 80s, okay? But then all of a sudden they just like, hey, what if we get together and maybe play a few shows? Well, the places were packed. People were just like, oh my God, they're playing. And then people just showed up. They brought their albums to get them signed. They'd like to meet the band, all this stuff. And all of a sudden they were back. They're just there. There they are. They're just playing their same old tunes and touring through Brazil and touring through Europe and hitting festivals. And it's like they never left. The guys are just like rocking out still. So They've been Grammy nominated. They've won Dove Awards, and they've sold over 10 million records worldwide. Okay, Walmart refuses to carry it. Now, the way this is characterized is the point of me bringing this up. Now, like I said, there's this hypersensitivity for, don't persecute Christians. People really don't like that. The Christians don't like it, and other people really are just like, hey, why don't you leave those guys alone? We don't like that. So there's a hypersensitivity to it. Now, Walmart probably isn't sitting back going, how can we sideline the success of this Christian rock band, Stryper? That's probably not what's going on, okay? And so the title of their album is called Goddamn Evil. And these guys are notorious for these play on words, these play on phrases, and they make them sound so bad. But God does condemn evil. Okay, evil is condemned by God, so it's an accurate statement, but it's a bit on the edge. Stryper's too on the edge for stores like Walmart to carry their album. That's edgy, man. It's edgy. I love these guys. Don't get me wrong. I like what they do, and they're very creative. I love what they do, but just because a store doesn't carry your album doesn't mean there's like this discrimination happening against us. We're being silenced, okay? Because a band like that with that much success, having sold that many millions of albums, okay, is not in any danger of, it's like they have a social circle that they can create with today's tools that they couldn't make back then. They had to tour and record albums and keep going. They had to really gut it out. But now they can do the same thing they were doing back then and see the same success. And it's a lot easier, it's a lot faster, and there's more response, and it's a little bit better. None of those people that follow this band are going away because Walmart didn't carry them. And also, none of these people that follow this band and love this band are going to stop shopping at Walmart. So this is a non-story, people. It's a non-story. And it reminds me of back in the days when bands, any little type of controversy they could just, they could get out there and in people's heads is, sells records. So I don't want to get into this, whether or not that's the case here. I don't want to get into whether or not there's a dollar. I mean, obviously it affects their bottom line, not having it available in a very, very popular place. I mean, I go to Walmart and buy that stuff all the time. Just kidding. But I'm just saying that these types of things have been going on for a long time, but now you have the instantaneous access to the shock value of Walmart will boycott you right now. You won't carry Stryper's album? Boycott. It's just cool, okay? This is a non-story for me. It's not going to change anything. Stryper's a great band. Walmart, low prices. Nothing's going to change here. And their reasons for it are sound. The reasons for not carrying the album are sound, okay? And it has to do with the fact that they didn't want that title on the album. It's probably, I haven't seen the album cover, but it's probably like in big letters too. But that's what these guys do. They make these titles like that. To hell with the devil. Yeah. Like so they have this dual meaning. Does that mean you're going to go to hell with the devil? Or you're saying to hell with the devil, like you get out of here, you go to hell, devil. That's what they do. This is what they do. And God bless them. That's what they do. It's fun. It's fun. Who cares? Who cares? But yeah, but it's not the story that everybody's making out. Oh, they won't do that. It's I know. I think it's funny. I think it's funny and good for them. More power to them. They can continue doing what they're doing. Just because a store doesn't carry your album does not mean you're. Oh, it may affect your bottom line. It may not. It may not. But we all know what the game is, and so it's a little bit of old school and mixed with a little bit of new school in the ways of promotion, and it's fun. It's fun. There's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, we've covered a lot of things today here on episode 25. YouTube is still YouTube. And you should check out Minds. I'm going to try to keep you up to date. I'm not going to go through every single one of these these people being brought up on charges or whatever. I'm going to try to keep up with the gist of it, but I already know there's going to be a number of them. So I'll dive into it if I absolutely have to. But I just want you to have the information available. I want you to have, and I like to give my opinions on this stuff, but I'm not going to go too far into details unless it's something really serious. But good on Laura Loomer for standing up there. And I mean, I don't want to say you're heckling the guy, but the guy shouldn't, if he really understands ethics, he should expect this type of blowback from his book after, you know, he lied, number one, stated he lied on television, and then, yeah, these guys are booked. Book them. I think the big problem that they're going to find right now is finding the orange jumpsuit that's going to be big enough to fit his 6'8" frame. You know, has anybody even thought of that? What's this guy going to wear? You know, are they going to have something custom made? Is the money to develop the custom made orange jumpsuit for Jim Comey going to come out of the Mueller budget? Hard questions that deserve hard answers. You decide which one's it going to be, Comey. You're going to wear the orange or you're going to wear the stripes? You decide.